Hi, kids. So I'm Chris. I'm your Thursday. Nice to meet you. So today we get to talk about religion and homos. Favorite two subjects. Actually, just yeah, pretty much. I grew up in a strictly Christian house. I had to go to church every Sunday when I was younger, then it turned into Wednesday because that's when they have the youth things. I went, since I moved out of, I went up until moving out of my father's house, which was like 2.5 years ago. So even after admittedly not being Christian to my father, I still had to go. Which is fine. I liked learning about Christianity, and I like religion and all that stuff. So, it was kind of fun sometimes, except when I had plans and I had to cancel them. Religion is basically an excuse, for people to hate, people. Not saying that, religion in its entirety is an excuse for hating people. It's the excuse that other people use. Christianity is actually a really great thing. It teaches you to love your neighbor, love everyone. Be kind even if somebody's your enemy. Never lie, cheat, kill. It teaches really good morals. But people are people, and they're going to pervert it and just turn it into something awful. Although some people think that the Bible doesn't deal with homosexuality, which it does. The Old Testament, as a matter of fact, talks about Sodom and Gomorrah, where there was a lot of, bad things going on, and one of those things was homosexuality. And God, I don't know if you heard the story. God just killed everybody in it, and that was that. And sodomy. That's where that comes from. But, that's the Old Testament, and Christians follow closer to the New Testament, which, tells you that, your sins are forgiven, and it doesn't fucking matter. Like, the Old Testament tells you can't eat shellfish. That's one that people like to use a lot. Your food has to be, I think it has to be, cut to be killed. It can't be strangled. Certain meats you can't eat. And the New Testament teaches, like, it's okay, you can do those things because, I'm sending my son to die for you and forgive you of all your sins, blah, 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 blah. Christianity. So, to be honest, it should be the Jews who are angry at the homosexuals and not the Christians. But, yeah. And, something I learned is that you shouldn't hate the religion, you should hate the people. It always comes down to the people. It's just people suck. Not all Christians believe homosexuality is wrong, and also not all churches do. My favorite floats in the gay parades are always the ones that are done by the church, because it's really moving for me, coming from an extremely Christian family, to see support from other Christians. I don't personally consider myself a Christian, or affiliated to any other, title or anything. But it's really nice to see that some people that I grew up around, are kind of supportive and stuff. My father, on the other hand, has always taught, to love the person and not the sin. And he does not believe that homosexuality is a choice. He believes that it is nurture, how you're raised, and the kind of environment and everything. So he at least understands that it's not something you just decide to be. On the other hand, I have not told him about my sexuality. I haven't spoken to him in 2.5 years, so I haven't had a chance. I plan to someday do that, hopefully soon, but I don't know. I'm hoping he'll be accepting of it because he understands, but, it's easy to say, love the person, not the sin, when it's a coworker than when it's your daughter. It's just harder to accept, not that he wouldn't love me any less. assuming. But yeah, as for the challenge, I am challenging Friday to, or daring Friday to, do the cinnamon challenge. Is that evil? Does that mean? It's really scary. Which I'm sure you know about it. If you don't, you could easily Google it. But you take a teaspoon of cinnamon and you put it in your mouth and count to 10. I don't know if you swallow it. Try to swallow it. If I'm gonna be honest, you're probably not gonna want to swallow it. So do that. I hope that that's not too unpleasurable for you. And heads up, because Tuesday is the only person who was able to do the dare, because I'm not going to be able to do my dare because it's too short notice, and I'm going to do it this weekend. So I'm asking Friday and Saturday to also postpone the dare until next week, because my challenge is going to complete the dare, since it seems that everyone is going to have to wait. Alright, so I will see you guys Sunday.